Hey there. Today's video is about the coffee industry and what is going on in the world with the coronavirus, COVID-19. This is a video a lot of people, especially on Patreon, had asked me to make. It's not a particularly fun video to do. If you want the too long didn't watch version of this, please support local businesses. Right now, your purchases are life-changing. So just buy local, buy from great businesses. Let me talk about what's going on. Let me talk about why. That's the takeaway from this. So while I want to talk about the whole supply chain right now, I'm going to start at the cafe end of things. Right now, in most cities around the world, in most towns around the world, people have stopped going to coffee shops. We have been told very clearly to stop socializing with each other, stop going out, stop socializing, stop potentially spreading a disease that is affecting millions. And as a result, the demand in coffee shops has disappeared. And with demand disappearing, so has money going into those businesses. Now, in almost every city around the world, coffee shop owners are in a very, very difficult position right now. With no money coming in, they can continue to keep trying to trade as long as they can until a city typically goes into lockdown. And I think pretty much every city at some point will probably go into lockdown. But I don't want to get too much into that. This is a video about coffee, not about policy. So let's not go into that right now. But those cafes that are trading on are doing so probably at a small loss. But on balance, it's probably less of a loss than just closing the doors, because cafe owners have this really difficult choice about what to do with the people that work inside the business. If they let people go, well, those people, they can't get jobs anywhere else. So they're going to be left with potentially unemployment at best, which in almost every city, every country around the world is not enough to be paying rent and surviving on at the moment. No one wants to do that to an employee. It feels incredibly harsh, but at the same time, with no money coming in, whatever the resources the business has, whatever cash the business has, it has to decide what to do with it. If it keeps paying people, very quickly that money is going to disappear, and it won't be able to pay rent, and it won't be able to pay its suppliers. We'll come back to that in a little bit, and the business will fail. Now, in many countries, cities, there's different approaches from government, and government interventions are key at the moment, and they need to provide money and support to businesses in order that they can keep hiring people. However that happens, I don't really know. It's going to vary a little bit place to place, but that's the point. But as a business owner, if you can't trade, keeping your employees is a very risky, scary thing. If this was going to last for 2 weeks, fine. You'd weather it out, it would suck, but you'd be fine. But no one's talking weeks here. We're talking months and months and months. And that's terrifying. As I'm editing this, I realize that I do have a little bit of a bias here towards people who own businesses and the challenges that they face. But at least they have a choice. For many baristas, for many other employees of coffee companies, they have no choice in this situation. And what will happen, will happen. And I do want to acknowledge that, how scary that is, and how much they need our support collectively too. All right, back to the video. So you're seeing lots of different stuff in different parts of the world, for coffee shops especially. Many of them are sadly letting people go. Many of them are trying to keep them employed. Many of them are kind of reducing hours or something. I'm separating them slightly from coffee roasters, many of whom have an online presence, and as people are being forced to work from home, they are supplying people at home. So many coffee roasters are seeing a real uptick in online sales. Whether that's enough for them to survive on, same sort of thing. Like their wholesale revenue will have disappeared. So whether online is enough to pay rent, pay staff, all of that kind of stuff, that's a different question. And again, hopefully government will step up and support these kinds of businesses. It's a stressful time. I'm not going to lie. It's a stressful time. But here's the thing. People need coffee. You need coffee. Coffee's great. If you're working from home, you should absolutely be drinking lots and lots of delicious coffee, as much as you can. And your purchasing from roasters directly really is so valuable to them right now. If it is safe to do so, if you are fit and healthy and you feel comfortable doing it, you can support any local business to you that is open and operating. They might not have anything but takeaway options, but you can go and safely purchase a bag of beans from a local cafe. That's so important. Please do that if you feel comfortable. If you don't, buy online. And if you do want to buy online, buy something good, buy from a business that you care about. But again, buy local if you can. Because what we want to do is maintain a demand for coffee. Because This kind of ripples through the industry in a really terrifying way. If a bunch of businesses go under because they ran out of money, they're probably not paying their coffee bill. And if one small roaster has numerous customers that never paid their bill, well, that may put that roaster under. And a few roasters, well, they may be supplied by the same greens importer or exporter who may not have gotten paid, and they go under. And ultimately, producers don't get paid. There's a sort of cascading effect of failure if a lot of cafes close. That's scary. But if we are still drinking lots of great coffee, then things are okay. Coffee shops are in a scary place, but I think there will be plenty of government intervention because economies can't afford to lose the number of businesses, not just in coffee, but the number of restaurants, the number of bars, pubs, live music venues, all of that kind of stuff. We just can't afford to take the hit as economies. We just need to get through this. And I think we're seeing more from government on this around the world. Some more than others, I'm not going to lie, and it's disappointing to see some governments fail to step up and support these industries that are so key and such big employers of people. I'm aware that in making this video, it seems very doom and gloom, and right now you're probably seeing nothing but doom and gloom on the television, on podcasts, radio, YouTube, anywhere and everywhere. It's terrifying. It is. And if you own businesses, it's scary. If you work as a barista, it's scary. And I think this is definitely a time when we want to see businesses step up and act in the best interest of their employees, because I think how they treat the people that work with them, well, that'll be remembered long after this outbreak has been contained and we've moved, hopefully, through it, beyond it, past it. We need to do the right thing now. We need to look after each other right now. This video, because it's about coronavirus, is obviously not monetized. YouTube is demonetizing all videos about coronavirus. I don't necessarily need you to support me as a result of this video. I'd love for people to buy coffee from us, but more importantly, please buy local. Please buy from the businesses that would value your purchases. That's the decision that's up to you, but please do so. I'm concerned, but I'm not going to sort of languish in that, drown myself in negative news, because it doesn't help. It doesn't move forward. And I would suggest, if possible, doing the same. Support each other, support the businesses you care about. That's not just in coffee either. If you are hungry, order some takeaway from a restaurant that's still open. That matters to them right now. Support the breweries still brewing great beer. Support the craft chocolate makers still producing great craft chocolate. Support the people that care about what they buy, where it comes from, the traceability, the provenance, all that stuff. This channel will continue. I am going to be making as many videos as I can, while obviously still, doing all the other stuff that I have to do. Lots of us are going to be brewing coffee at home. We're going to talk about that. We're going to brew better coffee at home. Maybe there are people out there who are used to just getting a flat white or a cappuccino, and now, what are they going to do? We're going to talk about that, right? We're going to address questions. We're going to learn some stuff together. We're going to keep drinking coffee because it's an essential part of all of our lives. Also, the giveaway continues. Every video I'm putting out at the moment, there's a link in the description. Click it if you need coffee. If you can afford coffee, please buy coffee. But if you need coffee, if you're out of work, if you don't have money coming in, if you want some coffee, there's a link in the description. I'll pick 10 people every video and I'll send them some coffee from me. I'll pay for it as me. And yeah, I'm going to do that every video for at least the next 10 videos, just to try and share some love in difficult times. I will wrap it up here. If you've got questions, leave them in the comments below. For the next day or so, I will try and answer and respond to as many as I can. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have a great day.